Yeah.
Am I right in saying that Glasgow did have a very healthy music scene?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of shaped how we sound, like so much. Like the heaviness in our music comes from a little scene of about 5 or 6 bands that we were a part of in Glasgow around 2006, 2007. There was a lot of kind of math rock bands and a sort of DIY, like kind of punk scene where people were putting on their own shows. We started our own little record label and made our own EP, and Ross did all the photography, and we got it printed and delivered to like his mum and dad's house. So we kind of felt like this own little. I mean, our ambition was to sell it to people in Glasgow. We didn't even think about getting to tour or anything at that level. So we were trying to impress all the other dudes in the other bands and the music people in Glasgow, really. And I'm now thinking that, like, obviously there's like a lot of, for such a small place, there's quite a few bands doing quite well from there, like Churches and obviously the Biffy Clyro guys who live in and around Glasgow now. I mean, we're out there kind of like with an album called GLA now. It's, for such a small place, it kind of gets around quite a lot, and that's just inspiring. That kind of gives you a wee bit more self-belief and yeah.
And in that sense, because well, you mentioned you started writing them when you were in Glasgow for the new record.
Yeah.
So did that take you back to the writing mentality you had before everything kicked off and you had a record deal? Then
that is exactly what happened. Like when we started the band, basically, you know, we were teenagers living at home, and I would go over to Ross's because his dad plays guitar, so there was a couple of guitars there we were lucky to both get to play, and yeah, we would just kind of like make music in your house, and for some reason that energy, when you can focus it with someone that you know really well, like we're almost basically brothers instead of like friends who've kind of grown up together now. So when we were able to do that, it sort of made the whole thing spark a little bit more, because we started to get obsessed with like perfection on our, especially on our last album. We just wanted everything to be, you know, even like the song structures and certain guitar tones and how the drums sounded, we obsessed over it, and we spent a long time making the album, like,
you know, like
basically a year, didn't we? Like
thinking about it, like spending like hours thinking about backing vocals.
Yeah, like harmonies and things that don't really matter. Like we were sometimes bypassing the essence of the song to like make this big impressive thing.
how come, do you think? Is it part of the pressure of having albums do well and then thinking, well, we have to top this?
Not always. I think we're just the type of people that we're never comfortable with where we are right now. We always want to like push to be something else, and a lot of our favourite artists kind of like reinvent themselves and things. Even like back to like what our parents brought us up listening to, like Bowie or like Bruce Springsteen, like could always just flip the page and be someone else on the next album. And I think that idea kind of like we would start out with an idea of an album, like how it was going to sound or feel, and get so obsessed with it we would get lost in it. And I mean, I like studied the history of like rock and roll music from like the 50s to like right through to like mid 70s, all like how does that song work, like what are the chords, like study the vocals and different like origins of blah, like I went down the rabbit hole to the point where then when I went to sit and write a song, there was rules, where before there was no rules. I had no idea what I was doing. But now, because I'd made all these rules for myself, we ended up with a certain sound, and it actually kind of blew my mind that we kind of nailed it
Oh yeah,
at the time.
technically, it's like where we got to at the end, the Great Divide was like a much better, was like almost like the perfect version of our band. Like we couldn't have dreamed for ourselves to make a more accomplished album.
Yeah.
But in doing that, like you were mentioning earlier on, we kind of lost the essence of what excited us about being a band in the first place.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
We'd kind of, and it just took a little bit of reframing of the situation in our minds to remember that.
And that's kind of where our hometown plays its biggest part, really, because we went home and it was like coming back down to earth type of thing. And
you actually said recently, which I hadn't thought of, you go home and you're with your partner or your friends and you go to like, we all like go to the cinema so much and like just switch on the radio and listen to what you want to listen to rather than being in a dressing room and someone else's music being on, and you actually are like living as you for the first time for years, so you can actually properly channel yourself into your music rather than a kind of version of yourself that's made up from your touring party.
So in a sense, it almost sounds like you lost yourselves a bit.
Yeah, but it was great. Like I loved losing myself. I really wanted to.
Okay.
And it sounds quite negative because we're talking about something in the past, but it's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. Maybe the greatest thing I'll ever be a part of, because it took us to play some crazy big shows and we got to go to like Australia, South Africa, all over America. But
I know what you mean. It's like a.
It's not as negative as it sounds. It's more that we made a decision on this album that we're not just like pop stars. You know what I mean? We're not comfortable with playing the game of the music industry as much as because we tried it out a little bit on the last record just to see if we liked it or if it would help us, or maybe, I don't know, like we would learn something new. But on this record we made a conscious decision that like we're like creative people, artists. Sounds quite like big-headed, but we're like artistic, and we wanted to make something new that like we could listen to, or that we would be like the only we could make, rather than trying to replicate our heroes that we grew up listening to or what's relevant right now. We just wanted to be selfish and authentic, real, and that was the idea at the start of this one.